and try and bait his evasive out. Hopefully we can get it out here actually. Okay, that's huge. Alright, we can definitely land it here. So we're just going to go hit him with the extender very free. And then we'll do this. And then we kind of want to back up and ultimate. Now, since they're in the air, it's going to be kind of hard for him to move out of the way. And yeah, I actually did hit it there. Alright, so today we are doing Duality. It did get a buff. Well, not Duality, but Sprenger. Sprenger now procs gems on every single tick, which means you heal every single tick if you have Ichor on it. So it's super good. The stats are 200 Vitality, 370 Spirit, and then for our accessories we have Creeping Hunger with Sniper, Flower Cloak with Dexterous, Legendary Torn Outfit with Underdog, Flower Concycling with Strength Resistance, and Beyond Eye Patch with Sniper. Alright, for our gems we have Ichor on Sprenger, Clutch on Trickshot, Reap on White Singularity, Aegis on Darkened Snarl, Reap on Imperial Assault, and Prodigy on Vital Surge. But yeah, let's get into ranked. So I'm actually pretty happy about this change. If you don't know, Duality is my main element. This is the build that I used to get #1 on the leaderboard when probably like 3 months ago, 4 months ago when I started the channel. That was one of the first things I did. So I'm pretty happy about that. I haven't really played Duality in a month, even though it is my main element. I haven't played it in like a month because they did nerf Aegis, and that was kind of like sucky because that was kind of my main thing, was using Aegis really well, but I'm still very good with Duality. Maybe not as good as I used to be, probably a little rusty, but still pretty good. Still definitely my strongest element. I did play Org Wars last night with it, and I think we got #1. I didn't stay the whole time, but we did get #1. And yeah, I mean, I love this element. I really like the extender. I think the extender is probably my favorite part of it. Just love having. We're gonna do this here. Just love having a frame 1 extender because it's instant. It comes out the second you press it. Is frame 1, and it is fully hyper armor as well. So basically, as soon as you press it, you're hitting them, and you're doing that damage. And yeah, it's so good. It feels really nice to use as well. And we're just gonna kill him with it here, cause never mind. That's okay. He's dead anyway. But yeah, I love Duality. The buff to Sprenger isn't like too significant. Duality and Eidolon are really the only two things, I guess Force too, that you should be using Sprenger with, but it does work best with Duality. So I would always recommend, like, if you're gonna use Sprenger, have it be on Duality. And you can see, like, that extender is just crazy. It's been a while since I did a Duality video, but they haven't really nerfed it at all. The reason I have the title as what it is, Duality equals 10 HOS, is because when I was doing that getting #1 on the leaderboard series with Duality, Souls told me that Duality was equal to 10 HOS. That's why he was popping it on me. But that's just like, I mean, it's kind of true. You can beat HOS with Duality if you know what you're doing with it. It kind of goes for all elements in the game though. And see, that's where the Aegis nerf comes in. Like, pre-nerf Aegis, I would have gotten a combo there, but since Aegis has been nerfed, my M1 got cancelled, and it didn't work. But he's in a pretty bad spot right here. As soon as he rushes in, he's just about dead. Also, now's about the time, like, if you want to get into Duality, now's about the time, because they are apparently adding back 5th M1 guard break, which means it's going to once again be extremely easy to hit the M1 confirm with White Singularity. Right now it's like, it takes a little bit of practice. You're not going to hit it all the time, especially if you're on high ping. Just because you have to, well, that's a lot of lag. just because you have to time it a little bit. But when they add back that 5th and 1 guard break, it's going to be really, really easy, like it used to be. And with the Sprenger buff, maybe Duality is going to be the best element in the game. I don't know. Definitely won't be, but it's still really good. Alright, we're going to push block into Singularity there. So if you don't know how Singularity works, basically you shoot an arrow out, it flies through the air. As soon as it hits anything like a wall or the ground, it's going to explode. And when it explodes, it pulls everything in. So it's kind of like a black hole. So it pulls everything in, and then it shoots everything upwards. So, and it does guard break. It guard breaks twice, which means you also have to PB it twice if you're fighting it. You have to PB the initial hit on the ground, and you have to PB the explosion. And both do guard break, so it can be a little difficult for people to PB it, which makes it somewhat reliable to just kind of throw out there raw. But I think the best way to do it is, because it also has no end lag. It is a projectile. It has no end lag. So what you can kind of do, and I'll do it here in a second if I can get his evasive out, if he'll stop clicking the air. We'll get his evasive out, hopefully. Okay. Well, I'll just do it. So you just kind of throw it out while you're still dashing, and then you continue and you just run up and M1 them. And that'll stun them, so if they try and block, they're just going to get guard broken by the Singularity. And if they try and run away, they're going to get caught by the M1s and then go, pulled in by the Singularity. Another thing you can do is you can confirm Sprenger with Imperial Assault. That's the extender. So Duality does have 2 Sprenger confirms, which is why I think it's probably the best build to use it with. Technically you do have 2 with Eidolon as well, but Haunt is kind of a weird move, and that's the other. It's the extender and Haunt. But Haunt's kind of a weird move, so I don't know. It's not quite as easy to do, or as reliable. But yeah, these matches probably will take a long time. Duality does have pretty good damage output, but since it is a spirit build and it does rely on one single really high damage combo, it kind of takes a while. You used to be able to extend with White Singularity by timing the uppercut. They did unfortunately remove that, but it probably needed to be removed. They removed all of the second extenders for the most part. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. We'll go for the extender here. Anytime you think they're going to unblock, just kind of go for it, as long as you're close enough to hit it. And the reason it's going to work pretty much either way is because if they unblock, I mean, you're stunning them. And if they don't unblock, that move is not 360 blockable, so you can kind of like just go behind their block with it. Just kind of like circle around behind them. And it works pretty well. And we're going to use it here, and then we're going to go for an M2 after, because he's going to be blocking. Ooh. Oh, it didn't pull. Yeah, unfortunately, even though that is perfect dodgeable now, Showstopper is perfect dodgeable now, it's still just nulls knockback, so you can't, you can push block and then P dodge it, but you're not going to actually move him anywhere, which is what I needed there. Duality is a very defensive element. You can see the extender has a lot of stun there. That is completely true. It has a lot of stun. But it is a very defensive element. So you kind of want to play on the back pedal a lot of the times until you get your cooldowns back or whatever. You never ever want to just throw out your Sprenger raw. Sprenger is not a raw move. You have to confirm it every time. But yeah, GG's. Alright, second match, here we go. Alright, let's go. He's scared of my duality power. They used to call me the duality demon. Yeah, duality is kind of a scary element. Thing about it is, even though it's not like, well, not a lot of people use it, but having a frame 1 extender, especially like one as good as this, it can be scary to fight because you can't really rush in, if you rush in at the wrong moment, you know, you're gonna get punished. And you're gonna potentially lose all of your health, because that's what Duality's gimmick is, really, is it kind of chips you down with Trick Shot, which does do good damage. But after it chips you down, it waits for your evasive, and then as soon as you waste it on something that you don't need to, or even if you use it at a time where you do kind of need it, like that situation, he kind of has to, and he's gonna get punished by losing just about all of his health. Now, Sprenger isn't the only option after White Singularity. The other option is Trick Shot. Those are kind of the two options. You can do Trick Shot after it as well, which does do a little less damage, but again, Trick Shot does have some really good damage for a combo ender, for just a basic combo ender. So it's pretty good. Like I was saying, somebody earlier, I was thinking like it would be kind of cool if they made like Sakotsu dual scaling, because the one downside to Trick Shot, especially now that it doesn't have mode gain, or like crazy mode gain like it used to, but the biggest downside is that it's super evasive punishable, and that's kind of the only like real problem with it. So you can see he's gonna evasive, and he could have PB'd there. He didn't. He's laggy, so you know, got lucky there. We're actually gonna dash back in mode, so the last tick of Sprenger is gonna get that moded damage buff. I have no idea where he is. We're just gonna ultimate here. He used all his dashes, I think, and he's hopefully gonna walk into that. No, okay, that's all right. Duality ult isn't really the best. Duality probably has the worst ultimate in the game. So that's something you just want to keep in mind. You're basically playing without an ultimate. You can use it just kind of raw with Alt Aegis and then use it for mode cycling. But that's about it. But like I was saying with Sakotsu, if you read like the description of it, it says like hammer an ocean of Ryatsu into your fists or whatever. And that kind of sounds like a spirit move to me. So I thought it would be cool if they, you know, added that or changed it to be like dual scaling. I'd be like, because Sakotsu is kind of like the best combo ender in the game. I feel like I got unlucky there. So what happened there was the ink bullets. Oh, he actually got hit into that. The ink bullets did not come out because there wasn't enough ink on the floor. It kind of disappeared as soon as I used the move, so that was just kind of unfortunate. We're gonna flick this back. Just maybe have a chance at hitting it. A lot of times when you use the ultimate, people are gonna head behind you, and that's your kind of your opportunity to like flick it around behind you and then maybe catch them off guard. Because if you do land the ultimate, it does do a ton of damage. It's like just about half their health, probably. So it does do a ton of damage, but again, it's very hard to land. There is one situation where you can kind of land it somewhat consistently, and I'll show that maybe next match. One of my favorite parts of Duality is how much like insane survivability it has. Obviously with the frame 1 extender, you've got some really good defense, and you do some good damage. You have some decent offense, but a lot of the offense is just M1ing, which unfortunately I'm not the best at. But you know, my mastery of the element kind of makes up for the lack there. But it's got insane survivability. Even though I don't have super high vitality, like 200 vitality is by no means really that high. And yeah, I'm like half health right now, but I'm gonna heal passively. I've got mode. This is a mode cycle build. I know they did nerf mode cycle, so we'll kind of have to see. And then we have the Ingus, you know, damage reduction, and then of course we have heart. This is what I hate. I hate fighting people that push block only. Push block start. But he's push block starting with dispersing, so it's nowhere near as bad as like actual just true push block starting. But we'll punish here, and we are not worried at all. Like again, we still have we're a Quincy, so we have really good mode gain. So like we don't really have to worry about much right now. We're gonna go for this here, and then with the Sprenger buff, we're gonna heal up quite a bit. We're gonna pop mode. That last hit is hopefully going to get the damage buff from mode. And again, we're back all the way up to just about full health. We still have heart, and we still have mode. Now, I'm gonna try and hit the ultimate confirm here, which normally you don't want to focus on landing, because there's no point, because it's not even a guaranteed hit. When I say ultimate confirm, I just mean it's slightly more likely to hit in this scenario. But I don't even have Sprenger up, and you need Sprenger up for it. So we'll kind of just play passively, chip him down with trick shot and our extender, and try and bait his evasive out. Hopefully we can get it out here actually. Okay, that's huge. Alright, we can definitely land it here. So we're just gonna go hit him with the extender, very free. And then we'll do this. And then we kind of want to back up and ultimate. Now, since they're in the air, it's going to be kind of hard for him to move out of the way. And yeah, I actually did hit it there. So he did get clipped by it. Now, some things to keep in mind. Because Duality's ultimate is technically a bypasser, you can just use an Aegis move, and the Aegis gem is going to completely negate that damage. Of course, because the combo does so much, they're probably going to have evasive back by the end, so they can evasive it. But that's not really that big of a weakness, because, like, yeah, go ahead and evasive it. Like, now I'm just going to put you in another combo. But overall, like, go for that when you have the chance, but don't, like, push for it, because it's, again, it's not confirmed. A lot of the times it's just not going to work. You kind of have to get lucky with Duality Ultimate. It's not really. Again, it's probably on its own the worst ultimate in the game. Thankfully, it's attached to a very good element. Another thing I really like about Duality is it's kind of niche. Like, you don't really see Duality users because they don't really exist. Nobody really uses it. It's kind of a weird element. You kind of have to play it a little differently than you would, let's say, every other element in the game, right? We're gonna actually try and hit it again here because we do have the opportunity presented to us, but he's gonna probably avoid it this time. Yeah, so you might want to like move it to one of the sides or something. And there's that Aegis nerf again getting us. I haven't really played Duality since the Aegis nerf, so I'm not fully adjusted to it, but it's not too bad. I mean, Aegis is still good on it because, like, you know, you can kind of, thinking, you can kind of, like, use it to block, like, let's say I hit a, I don't even know what I'm doing, I just got distracted while talking. I could have killed him there. He's going to pop mode again, so that kind of sucks, but that's fine. I think we'll actually be able to pop mode twice in this stock. And yeah, that's what I was saying before. You've got some really insane survivability. This is still gonna probably pull him. Well, I was wrong. I think he was probably in the range, but he might have been over the hitbox. I don't know, like, the vertical hitbox on it necessarily. Besides, like, the like, obviously the main pillar blast is pretty obviously vertical, but I don't know about the initial pool. I think that's kind of a more grounded thing. And yeah, that Duality extender has some serious stun on it. You can do a full M1 combo and then still be able to uppercut after, and then obviously continue the combo from there. Now what happened there was he just kind of weaseled his way out of the combo. It is a little bit difficult to pull off, not really. At least definitely once they add 5th and 1 guard break back, it will be very easy. We'll pop twice here though, and we'll go immediately for the ultimate. Just maybe we can land it. See, he'll go probably behind us, and yeah, he'll get hit. Yeah, GG's.